you guys clinched number 3 in the West. You have won 7 out of 10. You buy yourself a couple extra days of rest, knowing Sunday doesn't matter. Just what's the feeling of accomplishment for this group tonight?
Feels good. We've obviously been through ups and downs throughout this year. I was joking with my best friend the other day, talking about how I feel like this year's been 5 years in total, but then again, feels like it just started at the same time. Like as much as this group's been through, every time we hit any type of adversity, we bounce back, and that's all you can ask in a group.
A couple weeks ago, JJ mentioned building a playoff mentality, and it seems like you guys have taken a big step in that since everybody got healthy on March 22nd. What have you seen from that perspective, and I guess where you guys carry from the last couple weeks into the playoffs starting next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's just playoff time is all about executing and paying attention to the details. You can win by the smallest margin, or you can lose by a couple mess ups. So you have to be sharp every single possession. You obviously know you're not going to be perfect, but anytime you strive to be perfect, the better your team's going to be. So just taking that into the season or into the postseason is very important for us.
Austin, there's a stat that's circulated recently that 76 of 78 NBA champions have been top 3 seeds. You guys locked up the number 3 seed. Do you feel like you guys are building towards that and have a real shot at that based on where you're at in the playoff seeding?
Yeah, I mean, I did not know that stat, so thanks. Yeah, we feel very comfortable with what we got in the locker room. From front office, coaching staff to players, we're all locked into one goal, and that's to win a championship. And like I said, we feel very comfortable with what we have. We can play different ways, and then we got the best player to ever play the game, and then probably arguably gonna be one of the best players to ever play the game in Luka. And then around that, we have guys that are just bought into winning, and that's what you need when you're trying to make a run like that.
Austin, back here, what kind of impact has J.J. Redick had on this team?
Huge. When the Lakers hired him, I had talked to him a couple times previously, and I knew his IQ of the game. But obviously there was all the talks about he's never coached at any type of high level or anything like that, and since day one, he's been super professional, super locked into one goal, and that's getting the team to buy into what the coaching staff wants. So he's been huge in what we've done, and I can't give him enough credit for what he's done for me, the team. Happy to, go to war for him any day.
Austin, I was asking JJ about the defense and sort of LeBron's role in it, and he mentioned a play today where, like, LeBron, you were on somebody and LeBron told you to get out of the way. And, would you describe him as like a quarterback on defense? Is that his role, or is it middle linebacker? That sort of vocal role he plays there?
To be honest, I don't really know football that much.
Okay.
But he talks about it all the time. Yeah, I mean, he is our vocal leader on and off the court. He leads by example every day. He shows up to work happy, smile on his face, and obviously his IQ is second to none. So anytime he's talking on court, off court, everybody's locked into what he has to say, and it's big for us when he's on the court talking like that, because like I said, his IQ is so high that he's seen a billion possessions in the NBA, so he's guarded every type of player that's been in the NBA. He's seen every scheme, so if there's someone to listen to, I think it would be him.
Austin, by securing this number 3 seed, obviously you're going to get rest, recovery, more practice time. What for you specifically excites you most about securing this 3 seed?
I get to watch the Masters tomorrow and Sunday with a little less stress. But like you said, it's a good opportunity for us to, get back in the gym, work on what we need to work on. If it's your body, skill work, watch film, whatever it is, it just gives us, a couple more days to be very prepared for, whatever matchup we have.
Hey, Austin. Bron has always been a huge supporter of yours, and you've always been very clear about what that's meant to you. How has your relationship grown this year with you being considered a part of a big three and you throwing a towel back at him during the game and you guys jumping around at a certain point?
Yeah, I mean, as all of y'all have probably seen from my rookie year when a tweet got posted from when I was 12 talking about, I basically was just talking shit on LeBron. Wasn't a huge LeBron fan. I was a Kobe fan, so automatically I didn't love him, but obviously always respected his game. And then just being around him every single day, the joy that he brings to the team. Like I said, he's never in a bad mood. He's always, joking, laughing, having a good time. And for him to, welcome me from when I was on a two-way the same way as he does today, it just meant a lot to me. And obviously, being able to play alongside him, just helped me grow every single day. So I owe him a lot for, what he's helped me accomplish. And, yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
So we're going to do three more. Taylor, Lauren, and a gentleman in motivation.
Austin, on the road, JJ. On the road, JJ was saying how you continued all season to just morph into a different player because you love winning so much. Do you think that's true, and how do you do that?
When you love to win, you like to, take on the challenge of figuring out how to help your team be successful. And, every game it might be something different. Early in the year I wasn't on ball as much, so it was doing, other things to help us be successful. If it was, hustle plays, taking charges, or whatever it might be. And then just continuing to grow my game, being in the gym every day with Bo, just trying to continue to get better. And then, just like I've always said, just try to play the game the right way. I feel like my parents and my brother did a really good job of teaching me how to play the game. And when you're, able to play with such good players and you try to play the right way, good things will happen. You'll always be in the right, not always, obviously I mess up, but you'll continue to put yourself in, positions to be successful. And then obviously, they do so much to help me, get to where I want to go. So I just try to play the game the right way, and hopefully the basketball gods reward me.
Last two, Lauren.
Austin, you've consistently been one of your biggest critics, and also now that you're having such a stretch where you've had a lot of consistent games, how would you evaluate your confidence level as you approach the playoffs, and also your confidence level in your team and where they were before the trade deadline to now, like what you've seen in terms of that trajectory and belief in this team and what they can accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, as a team, I feel like we can, I feel like we can win a championship, to be honest with you. And the reason of that is I know that everybody in that locker room believes that and is also bought into whatever your role is to help us do that. You could go, down the line of everybody in there and ask them, what their role is, and they'll tell you exactly what it is. We're not unrealistic with, each other, and that's what you had to be, to be a good group. You have to be honest with each other, and that's why I give this coaching staff a lot of credit, is that they come in and they planted their system and they held guys accountable to what they asked them to do, and everybody bought into that. And then for me, I've always had a weird, maybe a little bit of a delusion, confidence in myself even when things aren't going good, but obviously when I don't play well, I know I don't play well, so I hold myself to a standard of being better. So I just love the challenge of continuing to grow and get better. And like I said, even when I'm going through tough stretches, I still believe that I'm a decent player.
Last question.
Austin, you have like this freeness to yourself when you play. Like you're busting out like a lot of different moves, a lot of barbecue chicken work on some of these guys. What gives you that delusional confidence, I guess, to just try some of these moves in the game?
To be honest, we was talking about players that don't really know what they're gonna do. This was before the game tonight, actually. Me and Brian was talking about how when players don't really know what they're gonna do, they're tough to guard. And I kind of looked at him and was like, yeah, half the time I have no idea what I'm about to do. It just happens, and it just comes from putting time in the gym, believing in my handle, believing in I probably take some bad shots. I will be the first to say that, but I have that confidence of I can make any shot. So, yeah, it's just playing the game that I love with a lot of freedom, and everybody on our team and staff, it tells me to do that. They don't want me to be anything that I'm not. They tell me every single day to go be yourself, and that obviously builds confidence in myself as well. So, give him all the credit.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Roy